Hey everybody, welcome to New Zealand's biggest gap year. It's an epic challenge that my partner Laura and I decided to tackle a few years back. The challenge, 365 activities all around New Zealand in 365 days. And this is the true hidden gem. Yes, in the heart of River Valley, there is a hike that will take you to amazing sceneries and no one ever heard of it. And to be fair, even the first time we published the video, it only got about 600 views. So still, nobody knows about it. So check it out, check out this super hidden gem and join me at the end of the video when I'm gonna go over the one comment we got the first time we published it. See you then.
It's our final day here in River Valley, and because we've had a pretty epic last couple of days here, as well as having an amazing last 256 days, we decide it's time for us to relax.
And by relaxing, Laura means that she's going to be spending the morning updating Backpacker Guide.nz while I am spending time repairing our dry pack to make sure it lasts for the next 100 days of our trip. And this afternoon, we're going to be taking the time to explore the surroundings of River Valley, notably a lovely little hike which is just across the river.
And it turns out that getting across the river is an adventure in itself as we get onto this platform which is attached by a bit of precarious looking wire, but we do somehow manage to make our way safely across the river. That was so much fun. From there we make our way through the bush and even crossing right through the middle of a cascading waterfall. This place looks so gorgeous, and I know we said we were going to be relaxing today, but even relaxing in New Zealand has to involve a quick hike. Usually we see a lot of birds on the hikes that we do in New Zealand, but today we're actually seeing a lot of insects, which is pretty interesting. Then we're continuing on our way on this very, very narrow path alongside the Rangitikei River Gorge, which has a lot of vegetation around, slapping you in the face as you go, but that makes it all the more adventurous.
Although the climb to get on top of the walk is quite steep, actually it is breathtaking, literally. We're having a hard time breathing making our way up there. It is a really short one. It only takes us about 10 to 15 minutes to make it all the way on top. There is no signage whatsoever for the entire walk, but we've been told to just walk all the way on top until we see a sign. And we actually do find a sign, but it says something really weird like "Attention, hunting area. If you look like a deer, then you will be definitely shot." How's that for a no trespassing sign?
The flattened down patch of grass at the top of the walk indicates a really awesome spot to just sit down and take in the views and talk about many of life's mysteries. Below we can see the beautiful river gorge and the River Valley Lodge itself. We can even see our car from up here. And hey, we managed to see a few birds. I knew they'd be around here somewhere. And then it's time for us to start walking back down the track, taking in more of those breathtaking views along the way. The walk is just one of the free things to do at River Valley. If you want to take a break from the adventurous whitewater rafting or horse trekking that we've done in our previous 2 episodes, there's also giant chess to play, as well as a volleyball court as well. And for me, I decide to take a dip in the freezing cold Rangitikei River. Man, that water definitely cools you down after a scorching hot walk. But like many of New Zealand's lakes and rivers, the water is super clear and fresh to swim in and definitely refreshing. So I decided to just sit by the riverbanks for a little bit longer before we get ourselves prepared for tonight, because at the lodge it is a big dinner night. We are getting ourselves some jugs of beer, sort of mingling with the staff and the self-titled slaves, which are the woofers or people who work for accommodation at River Valley, and sitting down for a nice traditional country meal.
We're having bowls of kumaras, which are the New Zealand sweet potatoes. We're having salad, we're having roast potatoes, we're having pasta, meat and vegetables, and Laura's favorite, Yorkshire pudding drawn in gravy. It's a true feast after such an epic time in River Valley. It's the perfect send-off for us as we're taking the time to chat with other backpackers, with local tour guides and with everybody. It's just an awesome place when you want to get together. And obviously we're washing all of that with heaps of beer, and that takes us the whole night chatting away with a lot of travelers. We are going all night long chatting with the staff and having a blast with them. We really enjoyed our last 3 days, but we are already moving on tomorrow to the lovely Art Deco city of Napier. So see you tomorrow. So see you tomorrow in Napier. Alright guys, so as you can see, it's definitely a short hike, but with amazing views. And it's, you know, it is a little tough in some sections, but it's all fine. It's all happened to be perfectly fine. It's not too tough. Alright, so the only comments we got during this video was from Faisal that said it was a beautiful country and the place looked really nice. That's basically it. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, we only got 600 views the first time we published it. It's such a hidden gem in the country that, well, it just didn't get any views because nobody ever searched for it. That's as simple as that. But that's one of the things that we like to do, right? We like to actually unearth hidden gems for you to explore when traveling around New Zealand, and that's what we do a lot on nzpocketguide.com as well. The travel guide is full of hidden gems, and that's what makes it New Zealand's largest travel guide. There is thousands and thousands of articles for you to plan the best trip in New Zealand, and make sure that you make every minute of your trip in New Zealand count. So yeah, trust us to plan your trip and check out nzpocketguide.com. It's entirely free. Now, if you're currently in the stage of planning your trip in New Zealand and you want to pick our brain, you don't poke our brain, that hurts. But if you want to pick our brain, you can join us during one of our live sessions, and that's literally what I'm just done doing right now. And that's why I look a little tired right now. Just talk for a couple of hours. But yeah, so every single Sunday we hang out with you live on YouTube at 8 a.m. New Zealand time to answer all your questions about traveling in New Zealand. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. You can also join us on Patreon for less than the price of a cup of coffee a month, and you'll be able to access a secret Facebook group where you can hang out with us all the time. We can actually help you with your itinerary and many other perks. So check it out in the description of this video. Whew, I'm losing my words. We're also on social media, but I don't like social media, so you do what you want with that. Hit like, subscribe, keep traveling awesome. We love you. See you in the next video. Bye bye.